All right, Shalom. This is your brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you in another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Today, of course, we're going to get into this coronavirus. All right, king virus, the crown virus. All right, we all know when you look under it in the microscope, it's shaped like a crown. This could be the virus that very well may bring a lot of people to their knees. Okay, and this can very well be the catalyst to the chip, because we all know ID 2020 got promoted last year in September 2019, with Bill Gates and Melinda Gates going across the world to different countries to work on different vaccines or whatnot. All right, and what they want to do is implement a chip to get the vaccine going. So they're working with big pharma to do these things, you know. So this coronavirus can very well implement mandatory chipping on the people. All right, so I'm gonna read some of these paragraphs very swiftly. It says nearly 240 Americans were evacuated from China, city of Wuhan, early Wednesday morning, and now are on their way back to the United States, where they will be screened by health officials for any signs of the coronavirus. First off, they should have stayed red and white crusty asses over there in Wuhan if there's a virus in Wuhan. All right. Second of all, they stopped all flights. So why do they get to fly? All right. Of course, because they're privileged and they're Americans. But I'll say people don't give a shit anyway. They just want to go home. All 240 of them Americans can be infected with this coronavirus, deadly coronavirus. There's been videos out on Twitter showing these coronaviruses infected people dropping dead, just dropping the fuck dead. They've already said that you may have contracted the coronavirus and they may not have any symptoms for 2 weeks. And then when you get symptoms, it's a symptom as like a flu or a cold, a common cold. And the next thing you know, you're in the ICU about to die. That's how this coronavirus works. Very sneaky and conniving. Sounds a lot like a biological warfare. But whether it be biological warfare or not, it's from the Lord. And most people will think this is evil. The Lord doesn't do evil. Well, you're sadly mistaken, according to the scripts. All right, let me get the script real quick. Isaiah 45:5. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no power besides me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none beside me. I am the Lord. And that's spiritual. All right. Yes, from the rising of the sun to from the west. All right. What? Even this Western hemisphere. All right. Meaning you individuals in America who bypass the prophets, who put the prophets away. All right. Who have pride against the prophets. All right. Who had chances to listen to the prophets. Who has been extended mercy from the prophets. Okay. Because the prophets are set up by the Lord. So you of the West, the Americans, all right, there is none besides me. I am the Lord and there is none else. All right. But in the beginning it says that they may know. You're going to end up knowing the Lord once these strange calamities, which you think are strange, but us men who study these scripts and preach the word that we're supposed to be doing in the first place, we understand that this ain't strange. This is what he said he was going to do. Okay? Verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and I create evil. Evil meaning a bad time. Rai in the Hebrew. Okay? Bad times. the coronavirus is going to bring 240 Americans to the Western Hemisphere to give 300 some odd million people bad times. Okay? I'm going to say it just like that. There will be some who won't get sick. Okay? But they're going to look to go to doctors and physicians and things of that nature of the world and not get the healing that they need. And when all avenues of escape are exhausted, and the ones left standing when the smoke clears are the prophets, they're going to come running and flocking to the prophets. So I'll say this on a side note. You all can get ready for a mass amount of people. Sick, dumb, lame, can't walk, missing members, have extreme viruses on them, have women dealing with issues. All these things, a flock of people are going to come to us. We got to be ready for it. All right, so continuing here, it says a State Department official confirmed the planes, Salakia. It says 240 Americans were evacuated from China's city of Wuhan earlier Wednesday morning and are now on their way back to the United States, where they'll be screened by health officials for any signs of coronavirus. They got a sign of coronavirus, they're going to get quarantined. And I bet you, I'm just saying, speaking as a man, the ones who do have a virus at 240, because there's going to be people on that plane with that virus. Okay? They're going to get quarantined. They're going to get chipped. That's my take on it, speaking as a man. All right? It says the State Department official confirmed the plane's travel plans with the Associated Press. It said the aircraft have been chartered by the American government to fly out diplomats from the U.S. consulate in Wuhan, where the coronavirus outbreak started. Other U.S. citizens will also be on board. It says the passengers will be reportedly screened for the virus when the plane makes a refueling at Anchorage, Alaska, and those who are medically cleared will be allowed to continue to the continental U.S. So those who are cleared will be allowed to go, but those who are not cleared, they're going to be quarantined. Simple as that. They don't want to say that, though, because they don't want to put this demonization on Americans. Why are you quarantining Americans? Okay? They don't want to do that. They don't want to scare the masses of people in America. They want to keep the Americans dumb. All right? That's why you have individuals who don't listen to the prophets. That's why you have individuals who put prophets out, meaning kick them out, leave them, proud. All right? Walk by them and wave the hand. Even fucking live with them and don't listen. You see? You're going to have to learn the hard way, and you're going to have to learn that the Lord does do evil. All right? So let's go to Amos 3:6 real quick. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord have not done it? The Lord does evil. He also does good. All right. This is Psalms 106:29. It says, thus they provoked him to anger with their inventions, and the plague break in upon them. Okay. So even like I said earlier, the coronavirus can just simply be what? Biological warfare. Okay? Which some heathenistic ass nation created, probably Esau or something, to put on people. Okay? And we know China and America got a lot of beef. America probably put that virus over there in China or whatever. Or, shit, the elites. We all know they have an agenda, and they have the little commandments according to the Georgia Guidestones, where they want to depopulize mass majority of the people of the world to what, 500 million people. There's 7.8 billion people on this earth today, going on 8 billion people on this earth today. You want the population of the world to be 500 million? A good way to get that started is by a deadly virus. Back over there in World War I, World War II era. No, let me say World War I. a influenza virus broke out, killing like 50 to 100 million people. That's World War I and World War II casualties of war combined plus more. A flu did that. There's a bad flu outbreak last season. People died, dropped dead. Okay? There's going to be a big ass pandemic now. Except those flu viruses, SARS, and all those things, they didn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do biblical proportions. This very well may be the virus that can do prophetic biblical proportions to people, ending up bringing the mandatory chip, ending up bringing martial law to cities, quarantining, people uprising. Because once the virus hits, the chip is implemented, food shortage comes. People get aggravated and irritated. People start rioting and going to their next door neighbor's house and start to kill, rob, rape, and murder. Civil unrest. A virus can very well be the catalyst to all these things. We just got to sit back and watch and pray the Lord puts the endurance on us to keep moving. Okay? So their inventions is going to be put right back onto them, including the final plague, which is the missiles. All right? But let me get this real quick. Let's go to Psalm 91:10. It says, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Okay? So even so, there may be some men who actually, I'm speaking about men of the Lord, prophets, who may catch this virus in order to show forth the power of the Lord. Because I guarantee you, if a man catches if a spiritual, sincere man catches this virus, the first person he's gonna pray to the Lord, and the first person he's gonna go to is one of his Akim, of course, in a wise manner, because he doesn't want any one of his other brothers to contract the virus. But the brothers are going to send up hella prayers, and it's going to show the power of the Lord once that man is healed. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. And it's probably going to happen at a pivotal point. It's going to bring to the point where men of the Lord is going to be like, man, fuck it, man. I'm about to go and lay hands on my brother and pray in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and that brother is healed immediately. Virus just gone. All right? There's going to have to be some brothers who have to look death face to face and actually have to experience it. And a brother's going to come and resurrect him, because that's what Yahushua did. And he said, you're going to do what I do and greater. Okay? You got to settle it in your mind for these things to happen. And you got to settle in your mind that the coronavirus might be the virus that may tip things off. There's plethora of ways for the domino effect to happen. It may not even happen with a mass plague. It may happen with economic collapse. You see? It may happen with race riots. It may happen with war. You see? War can start, then martial law hits the streets because there's going to be a draft and people go crazy, and therefore they got to put martial law in the streets and cut off and block off cities and quarantine people and give curfews, and people are going to uprise and give out rations. It can happen that way. It can happen with food shortages. It can happen with economic collapse. People ain't making no money, so they riot, protest, all these things. You got to think of different ways. Just as of right now, the most feasible or most realistic way right now, we never know how the Lord is going to shift and turn things. We just got to ride the wave. But right now, it's looking like a virus can very well be the catalyst to all hell breaking loose. You see? But guess what? It says right here, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, man. As long as you stay in the love, Jude 1:21, keep yourself in the love of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, none of these things are going to befall you. And even if they do, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to have your back, because he doesn't forget your labor of love like it speaks about in the book of Hebrews. All right? I just wanted to come out with this lesson because I'll tell you another thing. That Kobe Bryant death, that's a big distraction unto the people right now. And it's kind of ironic how it happened. same day as the Grammys, a day after LeBron passed him in the all-time points. You know, all these things. You know, that's another a topic for another day. You know, but hey, I see this coronavirus could be the king virus that sets things off, and I pray it does. But I'm praying it does in humility. You cannot underestimate the power of the Lord. You got to pray that he keeps you to endure and puts the spirit of endurance on you to get through these times, man. So call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give on Salakia. My name is Kasha Kwala from the GMS Atlanta Church. And until next time, I want to say shalom.